member and a customer for over 20 years. And I was kind of shocked how the last 3 years of our relationship had turned to a very sad ending. I went in 2019 and did my taxes. And my dear tax provider, she had done it. And then she got promoted for the next year in 2020. So then I went back to H&R, and there was a paper to unamend. That's all we had to do. That was during the pandemic. And so we did that, and then that's when the crossroad began. It was horrifying. Tragedy. I go into the office over here locally, and I says, hey, I need my taxes done. And in 2018, this girl had did my taxes, and she tried to charge me $300 and something in my taxes for 2019. And I was like, why would you charge me so much? I'm not even getting more than $600. I think I got like $540. And so she said, well, that's the cost. And I said, no, I've been a member for 20 years or more. So I had to call and complain. So I did. He says, oh, no, dear, we don't do that. If you've been a customer for that long, she should have gave you a better deal than that. I said, yes. So he did. I think he knocked off almost $275. So I was glad. So then it was promised me that I would receive my return. Everything looked good and clear, but it didn't. And they have no recollection whatsoever of what happened to my payment. So I had to go to them in 2019 because I used them in 2000 for 2018. But Alma did not do it. It was Stacy Leone. Stacy Leone handled everything. So then the gentleman that she worked with, he did it the next year. Now here comes 2021 and 2020 and 21. The judge says I have an appeal that I did not file my taxes for 2020. I did for an amendment, and they lost the document. Then the money that I did on my own, because I went to H&R, and they treated me like a child. They embarrassed me. They told me that I had to write a document stating that I could have my friend come in, which was already with me in the beginning when I went there to get them done, and said that I needed a letter by my signature so my friend could pick up my documents at the front desk. And so I was like, oh, well, he was with me. You know that. Yes, he was, but that's the way. Now, this is Alma and her friend, because I was in there talking to the lady across the desk. There's a lot going on. I had to file a double year, 2 times on 1 year. You know what I'm saying? So I had to file for 21 and 20 because 22. Now, let me tell you how we got there. 21, they did the same thing, and I did not go back. I didn't get them done. Okay? I did not get them done, and I knew that I filed my taxes because we did the amendment. But to the judge, he didn't see that. So that's where at 21, in the end of the year, I get this letter saying that I didn't file. So I had to go back because they had the document. So then I say to the lady, well, I have to file this too because they said they never got the amendment. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to charge you separately. I'm going to have to charge you for this. I'm going to have to charge you for that. And then Alma comes over knowing I already made a complaint about her in 2018 for my taxes. I don't like her. And she knew that. And she was mean to me. She was looking at me, giving me dirty looks. And I wasn't really taking it personal at this time because I had to get my taxes done. So they refused service to me and then posted, listen to this, the letter that I had to write for the authorization for my friend to come and pick up the papers because I believe, this is my theory, she had a part in destroying my car too. She found out where I lived. Then she put false information and collected tax money out the back door. Yes, identity theft. She was the only one capable to do so. Okay? So now I'm really irritated because things just started to fall into place. So it was recommended to me by 1-800-H&R. I made a complaint. They said that they were going to follow up. They never did. They didn't care. I said, after 20 years that I put my faith and my payments to you, this is how you treat me. So they suggested, well, what we're going to do, since you feel that way, we're going to send you over here to Del Rosa. Now, Del Rosa is friends with Alma and the supervisor over here at Alma's office. So they got the gift of gab, started talking. Oh, you wouldn't believe so-and-so's here, Tammy. Oh, really? Well, why don't we do this? We'll just snub her. So I don't like people complaining about me. I could just see it because you could see how repetitiously this was going. And they take the complaint and act like they were concerned. But once they got to that door, Alma had to believe in this or whatever, supervisors, whatever. And you'll see why. This will come out. I say, oh, I have an appointment. Great, at Del Rosa. We do video like you and I are now. She gets on there and she puts all the wrong information, the wrong telephone number, the wrong birth date. Now I can't get into the account. Now it's costing time. Time is limited. I'm only allowed 30 minutes on a video to handle my issue with the taxes. Nothing got done. Nothing got done. Then I said, I want to speak to your supervisor. Now at the time, I thought I was speaking to the supervisor of Del Rosa office. No, I thought I was talking to the lady that they scheduled it. I was actually talking to the supervisor. And she said to me, no, you're not going to talk to a supervisor because I don't want you to. What? You don't want me to? Who are you to tell me what you don't want me to do? Well, we're going to do this. We're not going to do your taxes. And you're not talking to anybody. And I am the supervisor. So I report it. They don't do nothing about it. The other girl that looked into the taxes at the other H&R office, the supervisor gets on the phone and says, we're not going to do your taxes. So 3 offices, and I didn't do anything wrong. They said I went somewhere else to do my taxes. Never happened. They put all kinds of false information where I couldn't finish my account and sign the relief to do my taxes. I spent hours and hours getting all of my stuff together, plus the trips that I made to the office, and they didn't even care. And I still haven't gotten my taxes done. And all I needed was an amendment. And they had the amendment all that time. And they never produced it. They said that they didn't have it. They put the information of that little letter into a scan and put it on so everybody could see that I had to get permission to pick up my documents that the lady asked to keep so she could look it over. And then I get a letter from the IRS saying identity theft. And I still haven't gotten my taxes done. And I can't seem to get them done because we're lapsed now. It took me 2 years and still nothing got done. You bet I'm mad. You bet I'm pissed off because that's not right. You cannot say to somebody that's been with you 20 years, it doesn't matter. Because yes, it does. They don't have no information of my payments, of my loan that they took out every single year for over 20 years. On top of that, a lot of stuff came out. And the responsibilities of them to say, and I paid that lifetime, that they'll go to the IRS and fight for you. They did not. You know what they told me? That I have to pay them again. And this was in 2004 when I paid it. And I thought, wow, is this America? Is this how we're going to treat consumers? We're going to sit there and make them feel like they're children and tell them, slap them on the hand like they did something wrong, make them feel guilty for something that they know that they didn't do, and then start to think, I'm the problem? No. You can tell it was all conspiracy. They all talked about me and then had a meeting without me and came to the conclusion. Well, I don't think that's funny or nice. Why wasn't I invited to the meeting? It was about me. To do my taxes so I can move on and take everything and never go back to them again. Because I have to use them. They have the amendment that I need. I have to have them give that to the IRS. See, I don't really have a choice and never deal with them. again and let other people know that there is a very thin line with them. They don't care how long you've been with them. They don't care about your taxes. They don't care about nothing. And for somebody to take your information and put it in falsely 3 times, he did it on purpose to make it hard for me. I didn't even do anything in the first place. I just said I didn't like the fact that she tried to charge me, and I was worth more than that to be charged that, for my history. 20 years, you're going to charge me $320? Wow. And I'm only getting a certain amount, and they didn't even get it, and they still have no recollection of what happened or where it went, on top of everything else. So I call the IRS. They have no history, 20 years of all that money I paid. Over $15,000 I paid. And they have no history? Oh my gosh, H&R did that.